Hey guys, welcome to the Tire Series 7. Today I'm reviewing this, which is the DC Multiverse DC Comics Originals 1989 Batman. Now typically I do unboxing videos, but with this guy I just filmed a review on him and my camera kind of messed up and I ended up losing pretty much most of the footage, so I'm kind of doing a quick little review here because I do want to show it off, and I think it's pretty cool. I like the details on the face. You'll notice it doesn't look too much like Michael Keaton, but the concept of this is kind of like it's a retro figure, kind of like a Toy Biz, kind of like what they did with the Marvel Legends figures for their Classics series. But nonetheless, I think it's pretty cool. I also wonder if maybe they couldn't get the license, and that's why they decided to do this. Like maybe they wanted to make Michael Keaton, but halfway through they realized they couldn't get his likeness. Nonetheless, I think it's pretty neat. I do like the details on the bat emblem there. Very cool. You'll notice the cape around the shoulders there. It doesn't actually like tuck over the shoulders on the cape, but I don't mind that. I actually think it looks works better. I have the 4-inch version from when Multiverse was a 4-inch line, and it's very cool, but it does limit the articulation on it quite a lot. So I actually like how they did that. I like the armor on it. You'll notice the belt there looks a lot like the '89 Batman belt. Very cool. And he has these kind of like arm pads here and gloves. They have a more glossier paint, and I do like that. They also have the little arrows on them, which is nice, so it kind of differentiates them. And the cape is cloth. It's very good. It works, and very cool. Now for articulation, you got a 360 at the head. You can look up and down pretty far actually. 360 at the arm, swing up the shoulder, 360 there. Bendability at the elbow, 360 at the elbow, 360 at the wrist, and there on hinges. 360 at the torso. There's an ab crunch, kind of stiff though. The legs come forwards, backwards, and outwards. You have double jointed knees, which is nice, and a 360 at them. I'm not sure if I pointed that out at first. The feet move up and down. So pretty cool. As for accessories, you get the grapnel gun. It is pretty different from how we saw it in the '89 film, but it does look pretty cool nonetheless. I like it. It's got these little lines, kind of a little bit of a circular feature back there. You get this little batarang accessory too. And what's cool about it is you'll notice that it's got this little rope on it. It's very neat. Pretty cool. Kind of looks a lot like an '89 batarang. Pretty neat. And you can attach this to the grapnel gun, which you probably saw that it was in earlier. So kind of cool. So if you want like Batman to be like shooting at somebody, or like tie him up with it, or make it look like he's climbing up a building, you could do that. Or quite simply, you just want him to hold the batarang and the gun at the same time, you can do that too. And also the batarang is removable if you want to do that. Now right here we've got the Ultimate Alfred, which is the Michael Gull Alfred. I believe I'm pronouncing his name right. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But he played him in the 1990s, '89 films, Batman to Batman and Robin, and they look good together. You know, '89 Batman with '89 Alfred, very good. Definitely why I wanted to have these two, so I could have them together. I honestly never thought they would do an '89 Alfred, so it's great having these two, and they definitely fit in well with the collection. Here's a comparison with his younger brother for when Mattel was a 4-inch line. This one was entirely supposed to be based on Michael Keaton. It was made in 2013, so I'm assuming maybe the likeness for him had kind of ran out by this guy. I don't know if that's the case. I do remember when they were making the Vulture last year, not last year, but in 2017, a lot of people were saying that the reason he didn't have an unmasked head was because Michael Keaton's likeness is hard to get. But I'm not completely sure about that, like the rights on it on everything. And a lot of rumors float around the action figure community. That was just a guess I had at the start of this. But nonetheless, they do look really good together. And you'll notice, like I was talking about at the start of this with the cape with the shoulder blades, it is a little hard to move his arms, so I kind of like that they didn't do that on this one. Even though it's not completely accurate to the film, I kind of prefer to move his arms around a little bit more. And since it's supposed to be a retro figure, sort of, I thought I'd show it off beside the Joker from the 1989 movie. I know this has a name. I think it's like the Poison Orchid Joker or something like that. It squirts poison or water, but it's supposed to be like poison. But yeah, I recently reviewed him on my channel. It's kind of like a throwback review. So pretty cool. And you can see the new one's a lot bigger. I actually think they are remaking this guy, like based on this appearance for this wave, but I don't know if I'm going to pick it up because this wave has been kind of hard to find. I actually had to order this guy off eBay. So I don't know if I will pick up the Joker in this series or Poison Ivy, but nonetheless, I want to show that off. And lastly, here's a comparison with the Danny DeVito DC Multiverse Signature Series Penguin. So when they announced the both of these figures. I was really excited. I was hoping that I'd be able to put them together in my collection. This Batman, Michael Keaton, was the Batman from the 1992 Batman Returns movie, so it's really great that we got a Batman to go with the Penguin. Even though it's not 100%, I think it looks amazing. I love that, you know, having the two of these guys together. And same way with Alfred, it just looks really cool and very neat, and yeah. So I wanted to show off the packaging and talk about my final opinions. As you'll notice, it says Batman top. It's got the classic DC logo, which is nice. You have this artwork of Batman here, and this is what kind of makes me think that maybe they couldn't get the license, because you'll notice this comic book Batman looks nothing like the Batman included. The belt's completely different, the suit's gray, and he's wearing trunks, completely different. I know like the artwork on the Multiverse boxes doesn't always line up to the figures, but that's a huge difference from what we got. So I wonder if maybe they just couldn't use the 89 thing, not really sure. At the top here, you'll notice the Batman 80 Years logo is different. It's like printed as opposed to the gold foil we've seen on most of all the packaging that's included the 80th anniversary logo, so that's pretty nice. I'm wondering if maybe this is because it's like an originals figure, kind of goes back to like the more classic DC like the logo we have here, so that's pretty cool. In the back we have a bio for Batman, and we have a look at the other characters in Wave. There's the Joker I was talking about, and as you can see, he definitely looks a lot like that other Joker, so kind of cool that they're doing this retro line. I mean, honestly, I kind of would have preferred more accurate versions of the 89 characters, but nonetheless, I'm glad to be getting them in 6-inch form in any form. Overall, I think it's really cool, and I did want to show this. This is the box, like the kind of cutout they're packaged in. It looks very similar to how the Toy Biz packaging looks on the outside, so I think that's kind of cool that they kept that. And it's so weird, you know, Toy Biz, like they're known for all the Marvel Legends and everything. It's so weird to think that one time they did DC and Batman. But nonetheless, I think it looks pretty cool. I think this is a great action figure. Thank you guys for watching. Please rate, like, and subscribe.